Hello again, this is Verde, and today we got my face here. But other than that, we will try to be going for one of those targeted builds today again. Like we will instead of randoming, I'll pick magic missile and sword. Actually, and staff. Let's go magic missile and staff. Mostly because there is a very specific staff upgrade that has no conditions. But that makes my life a little bit difficult. The fact that I got staff. Because sword is able to carry us for a very long time. Staff is not. Staff is certainly not able to carry us. We could go knockback magic missile, I suppose, but I don't think we're going for that. In fact, I think I will be removing knockback. Yeah, I will need more charges. Size I don't care for. Thing is, in order for this build to work, we will need a little bit of luck with legendaries. The, yeah, I am not randoming here. I told you guys last video, but not every one of you have watched my last video, I suppose. So there's that. And I am not randoming because some runs I'm trying to go alternating between randoming and not randoming. But I'm not randoming because there are some builds that are weaker. And I don't really get to play the weaker builds on the channel if I only random. You know, I rarely random into Magic Missile. And when I do, I usually die very early. You know, because Magic Missile is not that strong of a spell in the early game, nor the mid game. And it becomes a very solid beast in the late game, but at that point everything is strong. You know? If your things aren't strong by the late game, you're playing the game wrong. You know? I kinda like that I currently got to aim my magic missile, but that probably won't be lasting that much. That whole aiming thing. Charges, great. Hermit. I am right now playing very aggressive with my magic missiles. I am missing way too many of them, honestly, but that's fine. It's not like we are dying to the first boss anyway, right? So, these weaker builds, I have to make multiple attempts in order to get them to work. And from now I'm just scratching the recordings that they don't. Because, well, yeah, they didn't work out and it's very frustrating to watch me just play for 20 minutes and die, and then play for 20 more minutes and die. You know? The the way I usually the way I usually rank builds is based on their reliability, right? And that's why I usually say that clear is the best spell in the game, and not because it's straight up the strongest one in the late game, but because we don't have to worry about the off chance of not getting anything good for it, you know? I got Pierce, which actually helped us a lot. Pierce is one of the strongest actually legendaries for this, because it basically multiplies the effectiveness of your projectiles, you know? The thing about the thing about the thing about Magic Missile is that most legendaries multiply the effect of it. You know? Pierce multiplies the effect of magic missile by a number, which is currently 3, but a number that could grow. Right? And it is not always 3. Some projectiles die before getting... So most of them multiply your thing. And if I know something about repeated multiplication, is that they result in very high numbers. That is one of the reasons why lightning builds are so strong, because their proc chance multiplies with the damage and multiplies with the radius squared, and boom, you have a very strong build. There is a reason why fire builds are strong, because the proc chance, you get the gist, right? So I'll be getting more Pierce, and for now, 5 Pierce is a little bit overkill. There will be very few scenarios where our magic missile hits 5 enemies in a row. When it does, well, we will be happy that it did. Honestly, most of the time I don't like increasing projectile size, but in this particular instance, where the projectile needs to hit a few enemies before dying, I think that perhaps it would be great. Did I banned that already? That's fine. I often am a little bit too zealous about deleting stuff. That's mostly because, well, deleting stuff increases the reliability of your run. And remember when I said about reliability being the strongest thing in this game? Well, armor here is the most reliable, but yeah, I need the armor. I can't get around that. I wanted to go for speed there, mostly because a high amount of speed enables us getting a very specific upgrade for magic missile, which is called spirit missile. That helps a lot, especially once you already have pierce and probably multiple projectiles or split, or I don't know, because the thing is, you waste a lot of damage using magic missile by hitting less than your full amount of pierce, right? There is a lot of damage wasted there. See? The thing about spirit missile, it is that it makes your projectiles come back to you, and then it also makes them last for basically ever. So you don't really waste any damage. It just becomes orbital damage, I suppose. Another great upgrade here would be Druid Staff. That's why I took Staff in the first place. You know? Because of the not so high, but ever-present possibility of getting Druid Staff. The thing about Druid Staff is that it is very powerful, and it does not have any requirements. Therefore, it has a very low chance of appearing. You know? That's how this game usually works. Things that are stronger, but lack requirements are rarer. The requirement there is just getting lucky, I suppose. It's not something you can build towards, you know? Let's go, Arbor. Ouch. This wave is tough. One of the toughest waves out there, and I should not have done that. Thing is, yeah, in this wave, we should not kill that many regular enemies fast, because they are the ones slowing the spawn rate of the chargers. Therefore, it is better in that wave specifically to kill the enemies slower, so that you can face chargers one by one. And one by one chargers are very dealable, very easy to deal with. You become overwhelmed when you have like a bunch of them at the same time, you know. Perhaps you are running a build that is able to kill the enemies in an AoE but on a cooldown. Like the X build is the one who struggles the most against that build, because you're not really able to kill enemies one by one, the regular ones, with the X build. And your attack speed is not often high enough so that you one-shot. Actually, you do one-shot the chargers, but that you can actually hit all the chargers whenever you need to. Therefore, the chargers go there and kill you. You know, that way, if I would have died if I had less armor, and I was very much metagaming their spawn rate, you know, I was very much abusing the fact that there were enemies alive. Even though I did use that magic missile right in the beginning because I could not control myself. You know? Yeah, self-control is not my stronger suit. Really. Excuse me, video game. I want that level up. As you can probably tell, because, well, I always rush towards the good things that drop. The little nuggets of happy hormone, I suppose. I forgot the name of that thing. Anyway, dopamine? Yeah, I think it's dopamine. It's not morphine. That's I'm fairly sure about, fairly certain. So if I get speed once more, I can get magic missile. I can get spirit missile by the next legendary shop. But I don't think I don't know if I want that. I'm not sure. Thing is, if I'm offered something else that's good, I'm probably going for that something else, like multiple projectiles or split. Split is very nice in this scenario because, well, your projectiles go through your enemies and split at the same time if you have split and pierce. So then they can split again, and your splits have pierce. Very strong in general, you know. I like split a lot. Homing would not be bad, you know. Homing wouldn't be that bad. But I believe, yeah, I did not get the speed thing. That's fine. I'm not actually counting on that. The thing is, due to the fact that there are so many magic missile upgrades, we can basically count on being able to get at least one, you know? And all of them are somewhat useful, you know? Perhaps there are certainly some less useful than the others. Like, I would say that homing here wouldn't be that as good as a split, I think. Even though I tend to favor homing pretty much a lot, because it basically removes my necessity to really aim, and well, aiming and dodging is some conflicting things sometimes, because to aim you need to move towards your enemy for a very small tidbit, but you need to move toward them, you know. the way you aim stuff at this game is with the same controls you move your character. Your things just go after the direction you moved last. So as you can see there, I got a little bit too greedy on my aim and I got shot. And remember that thing I told you about, that there are so many magic missile upgrades that it is very hard not to get any of those? Yeah. That's just my luck, you know? I got that going for me when I said that, you know? I basically I did that on myself. Let's get region. Let's be tanky, you know? The game cannot kill me if the game cannot kill me. Right? That's why I got Elementalist, by the way. I just want not to die. Ever. If the game want to play the long game, we will play the long game. That's fine by me. If the game wanna cheat by not giving me the stuff I want, I'll cheat on the game back by picking Elementalist, which is way too strong to exist. You know? And then I'll use my body in order to aggro my enemies into straight lines, and I'll murder them with spears, which is the only thing I got. Could be worse. I could have this on the first time I got offered that. That's fine. I very much preferred pudding over mint pudding right now, but it's alright. I got 45 armor. If you want to be tough, game, I will be tougher than you. Right? I will be basically unkillable at this point. I will hug my enemies. I will swim in the bog. So that way. And if I'm offered such a shop again, I'm getting Gaia's Thorn. You know? Just so that you know, video game, that you are very much under threat right now. Anyway, I got Elementalist. That just means that I got ridiculous numbers there. And with those ridiculous numbers, I can do ridiculous things, such as walking to the bog and not suffering any consequences for my actions. I can do this for a very long time. Oh, I know, it deals increasing damage based on your max HP, but the thing is, I got 45 armor, sue me. I got 36 region. You got to try harder than that, Bog, if you want me to die. You know, at least the magic missiles is somewhat good at dealing with those small enemies. Even though I really wanted more charges. Yeah, that helps for now. The tanky enemies will be a little bit harder to deal with. But that's fine. 1 second. Yes. There we go. Actually, I don't know how my face is looking. It's nice. Oh. Oh no. I thought that my game was stuck there, but I am dumb. Never mind. I think I thought for a second that I just watched the recording by misusing OBS again. And that's not the case. Great. Anyway. This thing will take a while. So we could increase knockback here, but I will remove knockback just so that I Actually, let's increase the speed or remove the knockback. Increase the speed or remove the knockback. Let's remove the knockback. Just so that when we get those kinds of things in the future, those green things, they are on things that are useful for us. Like health regen and armor, mostly. Because it's not like Magic Missile is doing that much right now. Hey, honestly, I can't complain that much. It basically, this is a very short wave most of the time, and yeah, I got a boost on it. The game is trying its best, okay? It's just not having. That guy needs 4 magic missiles in order to kill. Great. 4 magic missiles in order to kill a single target. Thankfully, my magic missile spears, so I can use them to kill multiple of them at once. If the stars align, or the enemies align, or probably the enemies. But yeah, let me take that thing. Excuse me, video game. Oh, that reduces the number of magic missiles I need to kill them by 2. Nice, nice, nice. Very slowly. There we go. We don't have any dangerous enemies here anymore. Not like they would pose that much of a danger, and I'm dealing a lot of damage with my staff, aren't I? Like 185? That is some damage. That is about half the damage the sword would be doing if I picked that. Anyway, I had to do very weird things in order to record this thing in a way that my face wouldn't take a whole square of real estate here, screen real estate. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It worked. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It works. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it works. Great. It reminds me of a very weird music that I used to hear in my teenagers days, I suppose. Which, well, I'll be honest with you guys. I probably only heard that music in my teenage days because the clip got some very, how can I say it? Very attractive woman, at least on my tastes, and very suggestive poses, you know? Yeah, hormones do very weird things to music tastes. They don't usually fit that well together. Like, I didn't even like the music, but I watched the clip because, well, I was a teenager, you know? And then that thing stuck in my mind forever. And now I cannot purge it out of my mind every time I think about the numbers 1 to 4 in English. You know? Probably helps that I don't speak English on a regular basis in my days, so it didn't have a chance of that number sequence didn't have a chance of being imprinted with anything else. You know? Yeah, I don't know what else could it be imprinted on, but I'm certainly there are some There is some children's music with the sequence of numbers like they are with the alphabet, right? Yeah, certainly. That's probably what's imprinted in the most natural. Not natural, but what's the name of it when it's your first language? When the language is a first language? Natural born speaker? I don't think so, because you're not born speaking, you know? At least I wasn't. When I was born, I certainly could not speak a single language. So certainly not natural born speaker, perhaps. When English is your first language, the motherly language, I suppose. I am certain that you'll probably hear a lot of those, but we don't. At least I didn't. Because when I was a baby, I was very much not hearing anything in English. You know? The thing is, there is a very fun thing happening right now, which is while I am recording with camera, my wife is very, very much concerned about getting in front of the screen like it's gonna bite her, you know? There we go. She goes around sometimes. I do not have anything of reserved space for me to record, so that's fine, I suppose. It's not like I need that for anything really, but it gets a little bit odd here. I record in the same place that I work, which is my bedroom, you know, and well, there is the bed in the bedroom. And, well, the whole presence of a bed there makes it so that people, not people, just my wife and I, we usually sleep there, you know, and exist there and other things. My wife usually stays there when she is messing on her phone or trying to avoid her family for some reason. You know, there is a place where we hang it around quite a lot, and because of that, my self-recording is a little bit of a thing, like a new thing. Somewhat new thing. I've been recording for a few days now. But anyway. And she tries to catch my attention while I'm recording to go to the other side, and I find that really funny, you know. Because I need to articulate to her that somehow she can pass. I don't know. It is funny. I do not know still why she asks my permission for that, but perhaps because this is something new, the camera thing. You guys probably noticed, but I did not use the camera for a few days while recording this boosted survival thing. Actually, for most days. Actually, I believe this is the first time I'm using the camera, right? Yeah. Let's just consider this is the 69 subscribers special, you know? That I'm doing a face reveal because of that. Yeah. How does that sound? It's very YouTuberish, right? I probably have already revealed my face on the internet before. And my face isn't anything special, really. You know, you can see my face. It's not like I'm doing anything fringe or anything that could get me. And I live in a somewhat free country, you know. We don't have that much. I don't know. Persecution for your views. So that's nice, you know. I don't face that many. Oh, well. Mostly because I'm small, but at the same time. Yeah, people can be very ostracized for their views here. And there are some very, very weird groups here in Brazil that can very much target you for your views in general, but I'm not doing anything weird. I'm just playing a video game, so that's fine. So I've been watching the numbers there, and I see that most of you, if not all of you, are like not underage. So I don't need to really keep the topics to a PG level, I suppose. But this is still a video game video. Some children might want to watch it because, well, it is a video game video. Perhaps 10 times in the future, some child wants to play Boosted Survivors or wants to watch someone playing Boosted Survivors. So I try to keep my. So we got Spirit Missile here, but we also got Druid Staff, which is way stronger than that thing. So let's go for Druid Staff build with Magic Missile. Druid Staff is very strong. And I will only tell you that because look at this. Right? My spread is currently weird. I do not know what my spread is on my attacks, on my Magic Missile. It is a little bit high. A little bit too high for my tastes, to be honest. I usually prefer having lower spread if that's possible. But that's fine. The thing is, about Druid Staff. What's about Druid Staff? Well, Druid Staff, every time I hit something, I have a chance, which is currently 90%, of generating a stack of extra things, of extra counts for my attack. And since my current count of attacks was 1, that is very much a very big increase in my. Let's pretend let's pretend I'm taking damage over there, right? Okay, when those tanks came by, I started to take damage. So, yeah, still a little bit of a threat, but still, I am very tanky, which is something I like. The thing is, the Druid Staff does not set a basic spread for our thing. We can remove speed here. Therefore, excuse me, enemy, can you take hits? Therefore, we have a very strange amount of spread, really. We have currently, I believe it is 10 degrees. Something like that. Which is, well, a number. It is a number, certainly. Anyway. With 10 degrees, our shots become very much circular very quickly. You know, we only need like 36 count. And I would love some attack speed then, right now. So that I can build up charges a little bit faster. You know. Druid Staff is very much OP for most things in the game, like wiggies, just is not instantly wins you the game because there is the very concrete possibility that you are gonna be crashing your game, you know? So I wouldn't say that wiggies just instantly wins you a game with this, but many things just instantly wins you the game, such as rain. If you have rain, just instantly wins you the game, but it might lag the game too. Druid Staff is very good at lagging the game, by the way. If you have, what's the name of it? I forgot the name of it. That clear. There we go. Clear, but not cascade, because Druid Staff with cascade just means that the cascades just keep going, and that's not. It's not really good to have cascade over 20. Not because it is weird. Weird. Not because it is weak, but because it's not useful, you know. I answered that in the comments some time ago, but I'll say it again. Sometime in the cascade you have two situations. Either you have greater cascade, so having more than 20 cascades will make it so that, well, everything is already dead by about the fourth, you know. Or you don't have greater cascade and your 20 cascade is doing 0 damage. So the cascade number 20 really does not add anything. I would say that the number 10 already does not do anything, you know. It is very rare for me to get the cascade number 10. Let's get more attack speed. The thing is, we can very much get multiple charges per hit. And we're going to do that. We are going to do that. But thing is, more charges here on our thing is not that useful, is it? Yeah, I will remove charges. I should increase distance because I am a little bit scared to get Spirit Missile right now, because I believe that very much is able to kill our game, you know. I would love regular multi-shot so I can lower the spread a little bit, because I believe this is 15-degree spread instead of 10. Yeah, that looks like a lot of spread. The thing about having a lot of spread is that some enemies will not take damage. Actually, never mind. This looks like something... This is not a perfect spread, because if I have like 20-ish things, yeah, look at that. Yeah, never mind. I'll get distance here mostly because it's purple. So I do not want Spirit Missile anymore. Oh, Alexa is trying to tell me something. There we go. Alexa's trying to remind me something. Actually, not me, but my wife, which is not in the room. I will remind her when I get to it. Anyway. There we go, we got... I really like how many charges we got on this thing. We're almost have a clear spell, you know? And the pillars really help us. Like, doing this does a lot. Yeah, we don't need multiple projectiles because of the way the spread seems to be working here. They are not overlapping, which is perfect. Like, yeah. It almost seems like this is a good number. to have a spread, so we really don't want multiple projectiles. That would actually make our lives a little bit difficult, because achieving this much of a good thing, of a good spread, is a little bit hard. We want a lot of count. We don't want Spirit Missile anymore, nor homing. We don't need homing, actually. We could want homing. Honestly, our build is very good as it is. We need a lot of attack speed. Thankfully, this build is very good against the Slugger too, as you can probably tell. And we can also walk through the bog, so that we don't really need to think about the Slugger all that much. We could use some way of actually dealing damage with our magic missiles, which is currently not happening. Split would be fun. Not gonna lie. Fun does not necessarily mean strong. Multi-hit would be bonkers. That's the way I can use to describe that. You know, it would be very strong. Because that way we build projectiles a lot faster. So we can beat the sun. What's here? Stunning rolls would stun the whole map. However, I'll get more attack speed. I'll get self-doubt. I am now building these very fast, which means that I can do this very often. The whole being the sun thing. And I'm also very tanky, which helps my cause a lot. More damage on our magic missile wouldn't be bad. Less damage on our staff wouldn't be bad, but I have removed that, right? Yeah, honestly, the enemies will get tankier anyway. We need to remind ourselves to use our spacebar sometimes. More distance here would be nice, but count chance, I cannot pass up a count chance. You know? This is more of a Druid Staff build than a Magic Missile build, but hey, what can we do, right? Sometimes we gotta play what we are offered. This game is not about choosing what you play. It's about doing the best with what... And basically, with this lighting, I cannot really see anything past my vision there, which is fun. I really think I don't need more Pierce than I currently have. Let's beat the sun. Yes, that is very fun to use the thing when we are over 100 charges. Let's try to build up 100 charges a little bit more frequently. Yeah, that is very strong. To clear the whole map. You know? It would be very good if there was a spell that clears the whole map and the radius around you. And that radius was very easy to upgrade. See, I almost didn't see that extra boost. Because of my current lighting situation. So, more attack speed. Yeah, more attack speed. The thing is, this thing boosts attack speed a lot quicker than the regular staff, as you can probably see. This is also the best staff if you're trying to go for a knockback build. Some things here would be nice. I'm charging 100 of these way too quickly. I love that. I would love multi-hit size extension, multi-hit size, but for that I need multi-hit. That way I could build up these things a lot quicker. And by building these things a lot quicker, I can do this more often. You know? Which is fun. I love doing that. I would prefer doing that if I got more stuff on it. I really don't like increasing charge speed there because I don't usually use that many rerolls. Since due to playstyle mostly. And enemies now take damage according to their size with the with my with my clear at home. We almost have a clear spell, but this clear spell does not do anything against projectiles. You know. And it has a radio limit on our enemies, on how many enemies it can hit. You know, but what can you do? We got the best of what we can build with our current situation. And that thing is very good. Like, oh, I started to take damage, let's clear. And I can very easily increase this range a lot by increasing distance. Because distance here increases in steps of 50. And distance here is radius. You know? And by distance, I really meant radius. You know? Yeah, this is very much a radius at this point. Yeah, great. I love doing that. There we go. I think I'll go for damage there, just because the color of that thing. I should have increased the distance a little bit. Oh, ouch! This wave. Thankfully, I am tanky. And honestly, this is another wave carried by Elementalists. Because if I weren't that tanky with a single boost or very few boosts, very few purple boosts, I would probably be dead right now. Especially that time that some enemies kinda blocked me. If I was playing any other class, I would be I would be dead by now. But I wasn't. I was playing the Elementalist. Perhaps the Vampirus could do something in that scenario. Perhaps the Rogue could have sneaked past that. I don't know. Could have gone through that, I suppose, because of its reduced size. But in general, most classes would have died there. I speak of that with basically no... with literally no... I forgot the name of it. With literally no certainty. Today English is not helping me, you know? There we go, enemies got deleted when I pressed the spacebar button. The enemy deletion button, you know. Refreshers are actually not that useful for me anymore. This is a melee only wave, which is funny. There is something that this build is very better than clear, which is the fact that it doesn't really hit all the enemies at once, you know? If I had less speed on my projectiles, which sadly I deleted speed, this could be very interesting, you know? I wonder, would it be a good idea for me to have 0 speed on a magic missile and just make magic landmines? I would do that build in the future. Magic landmines. That sounds very fun, actually. I can increase their size, so they're a little bit bigger, and I can even put lightning onto them, so they explode when they're triggered. You know? Magic landmines. Yeah, that sounds like very fun, actually. Like a lot of fun. And also, the knockback on this thing is very interesting. Not good, but interesting, you know? There is a boss there. I'm just casually ignoring it because it does not fit my agenda. You know, the existence of that boss does not fit my agenda at all. So let's pretend that it doesn't exist. Actually, let's go here. Great. Now let's push him there because it takes a lot of knockback. There we go. We could have lightning bolt. That would be very, very much. We are already elementalists, right? That would be too strong. Way too strong. Like, yeah, sure. Let's win the video game. Let's destroy it completely. You know? Because, well, count chance. Let's have a lot of lightning. Shall we? Now, when we press spacebar, something very interesting is going to happen. You know, I will not be upgrading lightning radius. That is a little bit excessive. It sounds a little bit excessive. Given my... At least not that much. That is very interesting. How this whole thing works. I could upgrade lightning radius, don't get me wrong. Yeah, let's upgrade it, but just a bit. Let's not make it like... Let's say lightning increases in damage by 75, while lightning bolt increases in damage by 100. However, I am an elementalist, so I believe lightning increases a little bit faster. I could be wrong. The way this thing is working is so weird, and it lags my game a little bit. Like it drags the enemies back because of the lightning knockback thing. And let's keep the lightning radius at a safe 70. Seems like a good number. The way that this thing works is beautiful. Sadly, I cannot use it more often because I need to hit some enemies first. But it's beautiful, regardless. So, let's remove lightning radius, just so that we don't feel tempted by it. This is like perfection, you know? I just wanted some life steal. That way I could, well, be instantly at full health when I did this. Because I usually takes a few hits before actually being able to. That's fine, that's life. That's just how it works, right? So I forgot to see how much damage the lightning increased. That's fine. I could calculate that based on how many boosts we have. Pudding! There we go, Pudding. How are you? I will not be getting Spirit Missile if you offer me that. This is useless, but it also does not have any KV. So this is 4 boosts. This is 900. 900 different. So it is 125 damage per boost, which is better than regular things damage per boosts. And also, it is a radius. So it is a lot better than regular damage per boosts. Okay, that was interesting. In terms of lag, it was laggy. Sadly, for enemies far, far away from us, they seem to take not that many hits. And the pierce could be higher as well. I'll try to have a, I don't know, 10 pierce. But I can do this. This is a shockwave. You know? I could like use it at 30 something instead of waiting for the full 100. But I prefer to wait for the full 100. That's a little bit funnier. You know? It could be that it has a non-even spread number. You know? So let's get more count chance, more lightning damage, just because it's green. And our lightning is already dealing more damage than the original hit. Not like it was that hard to begin with. But I need to be able to survive a little bit while I build the thing up. It's problematic. That's fine. Critical count chance, green one at that. So it's about 3 hits per head. 3 projectiles per head. One of them died? Is that right? Bog is a very weird thing, isn't it? The way how the bog works in this game. Look at that. Even if I get a very strong damaging build, the bog is still a little bit better. It's sad, but at the same time, not really. So, time to wonder here. Homing projectile would be dangerous, actually. I will still pick it, right? Yeah, I will still pick it. Why do I do this? Let's increase distance now. Now, doing this is now different. I could use more homing. Right now, they don't home that much. But I don't want them to home too much, otherwise all the enemies will go into the same target, which is very much something that I want to avoid. All the projectiles going into the same target. You know? I really don't benefit from refreshes because I take more time to build up my counts than to than I need. Anyway, I really don't need more damage right now. If there is something I don't need is more damage. As you can probably tell, I could use more distance. Now I'm a little bit sad I didn't get Spirit Missile. You know? Instead of Lightning Fang. That I succumbed to the temptation of getting Lightning. Since I'm in Limitless. Yeah, I could use more distance. Distance would be nice. I don't really need to avoid getting damaged. Excuse me, miss. So what can we do here? We can increase count chance. So we build up our thing a little bit faster. Because building our things a little bit faster, it is what might separate us from dying. Using it naturally is already a little bit strong. Like a single projectile already does a lot. Using it like so with 40-ish charges also does a lot. Even with 10 charges. That's great. That is something great. I will remove... actually, let's increase my attack speed. I won't remove anything right now. Yeah, let's try to avoid using it at 100 because it lags my game. And we have enough homing that weird stuff is happening. Weird stuff is happening. Indeed. Distance. Let's increase distance every time it shows up, right? Because right now, we have enough damage to clear the whole screen with a single cast. However, the missiles don't really survive that long. We can change that. And we will change that, you know. Count chains. Our objective here is to clear the whole screen with a single cast. And that's what I said about Magic Missile being weak at the early game and somewhat strong at the late game. Now I feel really tempted to do the Magic Landmine video. I got way too many of them, that's fine. So Pierce, yeah, let's get more Pierce and more homing. Some split here would be, like, criminally good. Would be a criminal charge to have split here. You know? I would be arrested or something. At least I should be arrested or something. If I got split. The next boss, which should very much be a very easy boss to deal with. Homing, Pierce, perhaps nah. I won't change homing anymore. I think we got a very good amount of homing. Same with Pierce. I will delete Pierce after this one. Okay, we have some options. This is fun, but useless. But it's fun, you know? Let's further increase the distance. The thing is, our lining can now proc more lining, you know, which is precisely what we need right now. I have no idea of what's happening, and I love it. You know, lining can proc more lining. Yeah, let's increase the chance that our lining procs more lining. That seems precisely what we need. You know, I'm basically an agent of chaos right now. And love having that much distance on my magic missile too. Because they just roam around. Okay, I died. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. That's what I deserved it. There, right? The thing is, even though this build was very strong and powerful, it has a very unreliable knockback. Which I didn't remove because I was a dum-dum. Okay, if I did remove the knockback, perhaps I wouldn't die there, because I could figure out where stuff has been. I could also increase my armor a little bit more. Anyway, that's on me. I hope you guys enjoyed this thing, and if you like it, don't forget to do that thing, the whole liking shenanigans, and I hope to see you guys next time.